So once bump 3 doesn't work, what do we do then? We need to follow through on the choices we gave students in bump 3. It should be immediate or relatively immediate. Asking students to come back after class a week later or later on after school isn't really the best thing to do. Generally, we'll try for the consequence to be there and then. Expect compliance, meaning we're not standing off with students and waiting for them to argue once we've told them what to do. Tell them what to do, turn around, walk off and continue on with other jobs. Remember, they'll sit there for 30 seconds, maybe a minute, and then they'll go on and do something and comply, generally. And usually that's because students don't like to be seen as being compliant in front of their peers. Always keep it positive and neutral, same as all the other bumps. Even when you go to the real high bumps for more serious behaviour, remember you're facilitating a system and a behaviour management system and process. You're not a disciplinarian there with a whip. And in a way, being positive or neutral means you're no longer being too personal with students, where emotions can come in and people can start getting angry at each other. Okay, bump number 4, follow through. A simple example would be if Johnny and his friends are still talking in the corner, you've given them the choice from bump 3, they've continued to talk. Johnny, I want you to go sit over there, please. Right now, you've decided to continue to talk, so you've decided to move. Thanks, mate. And you're off. Going back to working with the group of students here. He'll sit there for 30 seconds. He might say, oh, but blah, 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 or try and negotiate. You can ignore that generally, and within 60 seconds, Johnny will generally move. That usually solves that problem. If Johnny decides not to move, that's a whole different scenario, and then we move on to different bumps, or you might involve other staff members or have some different strategies. The bump method doesn't work for every single incident, but it is a good process, a good strategy to use for the great majority of the time to hopefully help reduce stress in those classes where there's a lot of students that are quite difficult. And that's bump 4.